the lost chapter for that mana. As we will now head into the Champion Select, of course, Azir will be banned. Pretty much have to take that away from Mission at this stage. Renekton as well will not be able to be picked up by Hanabi, and then Vi, LeBlanc the answers.
Ooh, Tristana ban comes out already. Sometimes you just see it kind of picked as a response to LeBlanc, but it feels like it's very strong in its own right, and we've been kind of seeing that more in the PCS where it does just get picked nice and early. Now, last ban, will it be the Nico? Something that's been very heavily prioritized. Now, some teams have been letting it through. Now, I wonder if that's because they have a counter, because oftentimes we see if it's left up, it just doesn't get picked at all. And we'll have to see, is that going to be the case?
I do hope to see it. I think even though it's only been played once and it was a loss, I think that it's so powerful if you're able to utilize it correctly. I feel like it wasn't utilized correctly in the only game it was played, and so doesn't really have a fair stat line as of yet, but Jace wouldn't be too surprised to see. Looks extremely strong in the meta currently. Not something Mission tends to play a whole lot of, but I'm sure he can.
Yeah, I feel like if you go Jace, Kai'Sa, and then Maokai on 3, you have an extremely good comp very early here. Alternatively, you could take the Maokai now, but you're not really worried about it being taken away. I think if you grab Jace, Kai'Sa, you're already in such a good spot.
Yeah, looks like that. Yeah. Shock does draft.
It certainly does. Now, on the Impunity side, will they just take the Jax? Kind of feel like it should be the best with the Renekton gone. Maybe Jax Xayah? I mean, you could go for Cassante as well, but I think the Jax is better.
I think the Jax is harder to pick blind.
Okay, so they do go for it.
Oh, I wouldn't expect to see Sivir. Yeah, Aphelios.
Now, will this be the Maokai that comes in, or are they going to take a top lane counter? Okay, yeah. It's going to be the Maokai. So Jace, Kai'Sa, Maokai. I mean, I think DCG have everything they want. But now it comes down to those second phase bans. The side of DCG, I think they will want to target maybe supports. Take away the Thresh from the Aphelios could be good.
Yeah, we've seen a lot of Rakan bans as well, even if there isn't the Xayah paired with it. Seems like it's just so strong in the meta that teams are willing to get rid of it regardless. Okay, Fiora ban. So they're thinking Cassante's mid.
Yeah, I mean, it definitely can be flex mid, but then what does the Fiora... What does that suggest? So they're looking to fourth pick their top and then counter pick their support last, which is interesting. I'm not sure. I feel like Fiora can mean a lot of different champs, and I'm not too sure why that would be the first one. But let's see what else they go for.
Well, it could be, we have seen the Fiora picked as sort of a skill matchup into Jax, so it could be aiming for a Jax and then get a worse matchup for Impunity. Yeah. Jax obviously fine if it is the Cassante top. We've seen Jax versus Cassante time and time again.
Yeah, it looks like they might go for it. It's a good takeaway from Sedge if they do think it's Cassante mid. So if they can get away with this, it's good. I would maybe be worried about the Gragas 4-5 coming in, but if they think that's a better matchup than Fiora, then I'm all for it.
Yeah, and I guess so far the Cassante mids we have seen have all been against the Jace.
Yeah.
So maybe just thinking this is a trend starting and almost just predicting it will be the Cassante mid.
Yeah, so now 4-5 here.
Wouldn't be surprised to see Thresh.
Yeah, Thresh kind of makes sense, especially with those other melee supports already taken away. The Thresh Gragas? Yeah. Ooh.
Okay.
They go for the cannon.
Alright, so will be Cassante mid.
Yeah, okay.
Will we see Yuumi?
I feel like Yuumi blind is pretty bold.
Yeah.
Be surprised to see it. I feel like it should be the Thresh, but maybe we'll see something else picked up here.
Be kind of cool to see Zilean, but I don't know how well it would complement their team.
I don't think Zilean fares very well against poke comps. You need Zilean against all-in. So they go for Nico. I guess this is Nico's support. There's no way you can play Cassante support, right? No shot.
No way.
So it should just be Nico's support then. And what's the last pick? Orca, yes, pick of the litter. He's seen the entire comp. Ooh. Would it be a Blitzcrank?
Blitzcrank would be interesting. I think it'd be pretty good.
Yeah, I kind of like it.
If you are able to hook pretty much, like you are going to be able to probably explode everyone that isn't Cassante and Sedge. Depends on the Kennen build, of course. Sometimes they do go a bit tankier, even without going the rest Heartsteel Kennen. Okay, so Orca has played quite a lot of Blitzcrank in the PCS, playing it last split as well as I think he's already had a game on it this split as well against PSG. So something he's comfortable on. And it does pair well with Kai'Sa. It's similar to Nautilus and how it gets a pull, then it can knock up, and that's already 2 stacks of the Plasma. meaning Kai'Sa will have more damage. Now, will we see Cascada? The last time he played Kai'Sa, he went for the lethality build, which I think was extremely troll. And again, against Cassante Sedge, you have to go damage. You have to go DPS to be able to cut through those tanks.
Yeah, surely he's going DPS build. I think it should be the AP one as well. And honestly, I think anytime a team gets Jace, Kai'Sa, Maokai at this point, I'm pretty willing to hand them the win. So, yeah, I think DCG come away with a very big draft win here. Although, Cassante Sejuani is a very strong mid 2v2, so we'll have to see what they can get done with that.
Yeah, and they do have an extremely good teamfight comp too. If they can set up with a Kennen and a Nico and find a big AoE there, that can just lead to an immediate teamfight win. So I think both teams have tools to really win out this game. And again, we have that 2 sort of poke comp coming through from DSG. But again, if it is going to be the poke Kai'Sa, it comes from AP, whereas Jace gets it from AD. So I think that's important to spread out the damage in terms of your comp. And then, again, Kai'Sa, probably the best poke champion in the game, just based on how it can poke and then do infinite damage from in a DPS sort of run.
Yeah. Feels like both her and Jace are kind of in that boat at the moment, which no surprise to see them prioritized so highly time and time again. As we are heading on to the Rift for game number 1, and I think if there is a way for Impunity to get stuff done in this game, it's probably just going to be around that top side 3v3, you know, Sejuani, Cassante, Kennen. That's pretty strong, especially for contesting the Herald. They've got a Nico for teamfight as well, with Exhaust though.
30 seconds until minions
Yeah.
spawn.
Just not wanting to be too aggressive in the lane. I guess it makes sense. Very early on, Aphelios, just by having access to that Crescendum, will generally win out, at least early stages, as well as Blitzcrank not so strong, level 1.
Yeah. Nico's got the absolute focus on the Scorch as well as the Comet as well, though. I wonder if the Exhaust was meant to just be for Kai'Sa and team fights, and like, that's pretty normal, but also, I feel like when Kaisers do just go for that AP build, it's not as damaging Exhaust as it used to be. You know, you'd exhaust the Kai'Sa as she goes in, and suddenly she doesn't do anything, but now, feels like Kai'Sa oftentimes wins the fight before it even starts.
I still find it so incredible that currently in League of Legends, the AP build for a lot of champions is to start a longsword.
Yeah.
Not the League of Legends I'm used to, that's for sure.
No.
But here we go. I believe it should be Impunity getting prio in this lane, although if they aren't going to get to the minion wave first, they are going to struggle to do so. Kai'Sa is definitely good at taking out minion waves quick with the execution on that Acathian Rain.
Yeah, I think... Not sure they'd want to push, though.
No.
Just kind of let this wave come a bit closer. Sets up for Blitzcrank. Allows Hana to, later on, path down the map and look for something. Now, Hana, he saw a start of Raptors. There is potential he goes for some sort of 3-camp into top gank. Ganking a Cannoneer early would be very productive if you could succeed. Oh, hook comes out.
Yeah, Blaze getting extremely low. Ignite is going to be popped here. Oh, Chris Gard is still following up. Blaze might have to commit flash and heal very shortly.
I'm surprised he didn't heal at all, but hey, he knows he can hold it, but can you lane at all? Feels like you can't.
Yeah, I don't see a way you can. Oh, another hook lands here. Okay, that is the exhaust used here. Cleanse actually is the response. Cascada doesn't want to lose most of his health. Knockup is going to be found here. It is the heal. Nothing more for now, but DCG looking strong in this lane.
Arashi is running straight bot, though.
Yeah,
there's only one
Hana
flash.
not replying.
Oh, they have to run.
Orca doesn't have flash. This could just be first blood going over to Impunity.
Yeah.
Going to be the knockup onto Orca as he is going to have to commit his life. Will it be picked up by Blaze? It is, so... really nice by Arashi to realize how dire it was looking bot lane, but now it's Hana trying to turn around. Going to find the knockup onto Arashi as a turn. There is another kill found by DCG, so one each. Possibly in favor of Impunity, just on the basis they got the first blood.
Yeah, but I think Hana's going to stay. I wish we go back to bot lane with the camera here, because I think Hana can force them off the bot wave, and if he can, you'd have to say it's in DCG's favor.
Looks like they're diving,
oh my god,
perhaps.
show bot lane.
Yeah, okay. Oh, okay. That looks like a snipe, so 2 more kills were found there, and...
we're going to need a replay.
yeah, absolutely. I don't know exactly what happens. I imagine Hana just walks up, takes tower aggro, resets it with that twisted advance, but we'll have to have a look and see what happened.
Do have to agree.
Flash is available still for Cascada, so a really important cooldown was able to be held as well.
And he's 2-0 now, and I believe he should have the red buff, right?
Blue buff.
Is it a blue buff? It should be a red buff. Is it?
Well, he got the blue buff from Arashi. I don't know if he got the red buff or not, because Hana does have one. But another fight does break out. 1-for-1 trade. Both mid laners picking themselves up a kill, so a lot of action already. Really, the mid laners and AD carries that are benefiting, though.
So initially, a lot of summons burned in bot lane, lots of HP traded as well. I think it was nice by Arashi to just run straight bot here. As in the picture-in-picture, we're going to kill in mid lane, but back to this replay. So DCG, without their sums, Arashi, he comes down here and he looks at Orca. It's nice if they can kill Orca, obviously, but I wonder if maybe should have just committed on the Cruscata at this point anyway, because it looks like Orca's dead. Maybe could have got Cruscata's flash. Instead, now with HP so low, Hana, he flashed W onto Blaze.
Wonder if Blaze should have just stayed at tower.
Yeah, I think probably would have died no matter what, honestly, but I think could have traded back a kill onto Hana, which would have been nice.
Okay, we'll have to see a replay on what happened mid here too. It looks like Arashi was taken out by Mission, so... Damn, level 3 Sejuani, 5 minutes into this game is...
Yeah, getting pushed off your Grom by a Jax. Maybe not what you want to see. And it looks like Jax is going towards those Mercs already. And yeah, Mission somehow 2-0.
Okay, let's have a look at this one.
Sure, I guess he just gets hooked here. Okay, Mission goes forward. Level 5 versus level 4. Hook comes out. Mission, he's just able to clean this up. And does Smurf go down too? Somehow? How does Mission... Where did he get his first kill?
He got the first kill on Arashi in the topside jungle. Before we went to the replay.
Ah, okay.
Yeah. Oh my.
Sherry's taking a lot of damage.
Yeah.
That first strike is... What was the Dirk here? It's going to be big stacks. Another bot gank.
Looks like Blaze is just out of position here.
Yeah, he's gone.
Gonna be another kill given to Cruscata. This game is quickly going out of favor. 2k gold lead 6 minutes in.
Yeah.
And it's just your AD carry and jungler constantly going down.
Yeah, kind of just does feel like a player diff at this point. You know, Impunity's bot lane were just getting hooked every time.
Arashi's gonna be around, but will Orca land the hook? Ooh, doesn't.
No mana left for him as well.
Oh my. That was a bit troll.
Yeah.
Arashi trying to find some damage under the tower, but misses and just leads to his death.
Oh, Orca. Has he overstayed too long, though?
Looks like he might have. That's exhaust used.
Ooh.
Gonna dodge out of the root.
Nice sidestep.
Blaze, minion block perhaps, wasn't able to get that snare off, and so, yeah, it is just 4 kills now for Cruscata on this Kai'Sa, and...
Yeah, this is crazy, though. Like, even then, being able to get out there, Orca is really just having the better mechanics,
shiv.
right? Oh.
6 minutes 50.
That's pretty ridiculous. This is going to be a quick one.
Yeah, I certainly think so. 2 plates already. 1 plate is answered, actually, by Impunity. Looks like it might have been that top lane.
Yeah, credit to LJW. He's got himself a slight CS lead. Now with Jax picking up the Mercs, though, it's going to get a bit more difficult. And Hana, he's maybe looking bot again. Wasn't able to freeze that wave. Mechanic clear a little bit of that vision out for them. Mid lane, Dire Straits there as well. There's not a way really back into this game here for Impunity. I think they're already so far behind.
Yeah, this looks really, really problematic. It is Shiro, though, looking for something as Arashi does arrive. Flash away from Mission. Able to keep that summoner despite all the attention that's been around mid. Now Orca the point of attention. It is going to be a hook landed onto Shiro, who will also flash away. Both flashes taken away from mid laners here. No one dies, though.
Yeah, what's close? A lot of summons burned. Ultimately, DCG pick themselves up a drag and have to feel super good about their position. Oh, the Nico.
Okay, the Nico coming in as a minion. We've seen it once before at the PCS. Looks like it will be another benefit, but it's no damage. They aren't able to find Mission. I almost feel like there had to have been a misclick or something around there. It looked like abilities were being used, but Mission wasn't taking any damage.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe Cassandra just had no mana at all, but I think that was a good play from Smurf to go out through mid. Unfortunately, you know, with no ignite, just has the exhaust and wasn't even up. No damage from Cassandra, they just couldn't kill him.
They're going to look for Hanabi, but Hana is here in response. This guy's just been everywhere he needs to be at the right time. Nature's Grass coming out. Flash will be committed as well as that Kennen ultimate. Hanabi does flash forward, but will not have the damage just yet as Hana manages to land a knock up on both of them. It's now Smurf arriving on the Nico, but he certainly can't get anything done. And there's another kill found here for DCG as Orca looking for some supportal combat.
He has ignite.
Yeah, it does have Ignite. Arashi cannot really help, but the hook does go wide. And so Smurf should be fine to walk away, but ultimately it's Hanabi picking himself up his first kill of the game. A plate will go to him as well.
Okay, let's just have a look at this. You know, the Nico minion gank, it works every time. There's definitely enough mana here for Shera. No mana on mission. Let's see what happened. Okay, so everything hits from Nico. And Cassante just
Cassante
ordered
orders
a creep.
minion.
Yeah. Even if he hadn't, though, I'm not sure it would have killed him.
Yeah, I think it would have been close.
He did have a Sheen, but
yeah.
Yeah, I mean, they just
That
really
was his
lacked the
first auto
damage.
attack. It might have been enough damage to... who knows, I guess. Could have also been a grass proc as well.
Yeah.
All these little things do certainly add up, especially this early on into the game. But Duskblade committed. Oh, no, man.
Oh, you hate to see it.
This isn't even the part of the game where Kaiser W does a lot of damage.
Yeah. Not
Well,
sure what to say to that.
No, it is looking very, very bleak. The chances for Impunity here. It will be Rift Herald picked up for DCG. I mean, you have really any lane you want to put this in as well. You can take it to the Jax if you want. It looks like bot lane might be the best option.
Yeah, I wonder if you just put it mid, honestly, just to speed the game up. Play for a sub 20-minute win. If you can drop 2 Heralds mid, that'll normally do it. And I think bot might also fall on its own. We'll see where it goes. Oh no, he enters that top side.
Orca kind of just living around mid now.
He knows he can just go pretty much anywhere he wants and find picks. Ooh. Hana, he did grab it there. Smurf, funny looking creep.
Okay, so let's see if they can get anything really done here. I don't think so. It should be okay for Blaze to just farm away at that tower, but with Hana as well as Arashi in the bot side, you do have to be careful of dives. Orca only just missing these hooks, man. If they are
That was a blind one.
Yeah, if they are slightly positioned different, it will land, and with Kaiser ult available, should just be a kill found. Not to be just yet, though.
It looks like this will go mid. Now the question is, can they actually get 2 towers with it? They have a lot of members around mid. I think it will break the first one without dying. So it should get the charge on in the second one, and they want a fast game.
Yeah, absolutely. Everyone is around here. It looks like Glacial Prison goes wide onto Griscada, so 3 men committed to try and find this Kaiser, but ultimately will not happen, and now it's getting turned. Kaiser, though, is going to start the 1v1 on Arashi, as on the other side, Orca lands the hook, its Blaze going to go down. Killer Instinct will be committed. Now there's a teleport, but Hana waiting patiently for that. Nice flash ult there, found by Smurf. It's also now going to be Cassante. He's going to find the damage. That's a massive shutdown now onto Cassante, as Arashi will also pick himself one onto Orca.
Yeah, I mean, good that they managed to trade some gold back. You just wonder if it's too little too late with a mid-tier 2 now falling. Ouch.
Yeah, and with respawns coming in, they'll be able to pick up the Dragon too. Important shutdown onto Cassante though, but again, he doesn't have the gold to be able to buy the resistances he really needs to have any impact on the game. Oh, sorry, he didn't go wide, he cleansed it.
Yeah, that's crazy. I mean, Griscada's basically 1v3ing at this point. And then the rest of the members come down. They're able to look to turn this around. Nice hook onto Blaze. Griscada just dives on into it. I think after this, probably should have just played the disengage, but they got a bit greedy. They wanted more, and a nice ult from Smurf. You know, credit to Smurf, other than their very early laning, has actually found some pretty good plays for himself.
Yeah. Another tower will be going down now. Mission just claiming every tower on the map.
Yeah, the gold lead isn't the most ridiculous we've seen, Hanabi.
Okay, now we've got a 2v2. Orca is going to be just playing sort of survival for Hanabi, but it's going to be Griscada who turns up here in the top lane. Orca getting low, but will he have the damage? No, he will not. So double kill found for Kaiser. Really, really accelerated now.
Yeah.
Probably is... Wow, when he recalls, should have the 2-item spike.
Yeah, definitely. He's going to be so fed.
Giving over the plates to Hanabi.
Look at that player gold. Griscada's up 3k gold over his opponent at 13 minutes.
Yeah. I mean, they're so far ahead, they've got 3 people committed to the top lane and Maokai just soloing the Dragon. So, Mission, though, might be a little bit out of position. Actually, maybe Blazers just misses out on the damage, but important kill found. 450 gold shut down now onto this Aphelios. If you are going to come back, you're going to have to keep finding things like that.
Yeah, and I believe that's 15 plates picked up for DCG.
Wow.
They got all 15 of them before 14 minutes.
And an extra tower mid.
Yeah, that's pretty insane. And while these shutdowns have been picked up by Impunity, They're still down an immense amount of gold here, 7,500. Which feels pretty insurmountable at this early in the game. Orca, he's working on his Everfrost. Love to see it. Oh, 2,600 gold from plates.
15 plates to 1.
That's pretty insane.
Yeah. No else to say, but have a look. I think... Looked like Mission could have actually killed Blaze here.
Yeah, I wonder if he cancelled an auto. We'll see.
We often go very far back for these replays, don't we?
Yeah, so he swaps to Hammer. Yeah. Maybe could have...
Well, he didn't get an auto in.
Yeah, he didn't
could
get
have.
the E auto. It was close, though. Definitely could have been a 1-for-1.
Yeah. Unlucky, but it is, I mean, important for Impunity to find that onto the Aphelios. As I said, if you are going to come back, you really need Aphelios to be getting some of that gold. He's already down an entire item and some components.
Unfortunately for Cascada, is building some human items next. Looks like it'll be the Rage Blade. No Dustblade Kaisers.
Yeah, you definitely like to see that. Another hook landed from Orca. Flash going to be responded by Shera, but massive cooldown now is going to be down there as a
TP
teleport
from
flank does come in. Mission should spot this out, and it should be adequately answered to. LJW not going to be able to find anything just here. In fact, going to quickly run back to his team. Oh,
Mission.
that is one Q. What is it? QW? QE?
QE. Oh. Hook does go wide. In the meantime, Hanami's getting a lot bot, so Impunity, they have to force.
Well, they do land the ult here onto Orca, but he is going to get out just before anyone is able to really respond to it. And with the saplings down, there isn't going to be a response. Mission now, the focus, but it's Hana who goes in, finds a 4-man knock-up, and Mission actually cancelled on his flash Q. There are so many low health bars. Cascada does have ult. He's going in. Actually, he's flashing out already. There's no mana left for DCG, so they're not actually able to find anyone. It's just the kill found. Mission's down. Importantly, though, Hanabi should be making work on this tower. Yep, he's almost got it. So, I mean, it's still in favor of DCG, but man, was it close.
Yeah, I think if Mission hadn't died there, should have just been able to clean everyone up, but gets a bit hasty, goes in. And without that mana, you know, the rest of the team can't quite finish them off. Still, though, in such a commanding position here as DCG, 2 dragons up, miles ahead in gold, and the spikes here are so early as well. Kaiser is approaching 3 items. Now, I wonder what they can get done with the second Herald, because if they can get some kills, they could probably end the game with it.
Yeah, I always feel like they're strong enough to just put down the Maokai ult and push to end. The Jace poke we've seen, it's hitting for like a third of everyone's health. Pretty crazy amounts of damage coming out of Mission.
A lot of topside control here for DCG. Looks like they're probably going to use this Herald on maybe the top tier 2. Try and break one of these side lane towers first. Ooh, Smurv was
Every
almost...
time, man.
Chelsea hits those.
He does. Alright, so Rift Shield in the back pocket. Are they going to use it for this top tower? They are, so this will be the top tower going down. If they're able to find kills, you almost feel like, despite such low death timers, they might just be comfortable ending. That's one tower found. Rift Shield will be able to crash again. There's no reliable way for Impunity to stop that.
Yeah, this is... They're getting a lot of damage dealt.
Smite used, so they don't have a minion wave for now. As Hanabi, though, is starting to work on this mid lane inhib tower. Orca just sending out prayers with that Blitzcrank hook.
And can Impunity hold on? They don't really have a whole lot of wave clear.
Okay, there's the
Nature's
Maokai
Grasp.
ult. Is going to assist this minion wave. So they are able to get that. Hook will land here. It is onto the Sejuani, but she is just blowing up. And now it's a 4v5. Inhibitor will be taken down momentarily here from DCG. Hanabi as well, working on the mid lane. But it's Shera with the teleport flank. Does find the all out here onto Cascada, but Cascada is safe for now. Flash knock-up land only onto Hana as the Kennen ult committed. Both only onto tanks. It's Mission. It's Hanabi. They're finding everyone. There's 2 members left. They're not going to go for the end, being a bit... Oh my... Oh, the flash is answered by Blaze just in time to save himself. Minion wave crashing now. Doesn't look like they're comfortable going for the commit, and they are just going to Hexgate out and reset.
Looks like they will get out here, yeah. Relatively scot-free. They get that top inhib. And it feels like all they really need now is to start up the Baron and that'll pretty much be Impunity done in this game. 3 items here for Jace. Very close to 3 items for Cascada as well. And win expectancy did almost touch 100% there.
Twice it almost touched. I think that's the highest win expectancy we've seen yet.
Yeah.
I mean, when you're up, what is it, almost 12k gold
Yeah.
at 19 minutes, you are pretty much expected to win 100% of the time, I'd have to say. So,
Now, what would have to happen for that 1%? What do you think? 5 disconnects?
well, in theory, I guess you find the perfect Nico Kennen engage somehow, and then Blaze picks up the majority of the kills, and then maybe your Aphelios can deal with these frontliners and sort of remain healthy enough and have enough damage to deal with the backliners as well. But again, I think that just takes the absolute most perfect both Nico ult and Kennen ult.
Yeah, it feels pretty far-fetched at this point. DCG not even looking towards that Baron. It's up in 5 more seconds. Instead, pressuring bot side. Ooh, hook misses.
It's not often you see Sejuani's having to dash away from Blitzcrank hooks.
Yeah, it really is kind of the state this game is in. And Hanami, he's walking these super waves into the base. I wonder if it would have been better for DCG just to use all this top priority to start up the Baron, but instead, they're going to try to do it without. I mean, mid tower is low, and they've already broken the top inhib, so if they can break this one too, should have no problems finishing up the game. Oh, another one hits on
Oh,
Smurf.
yeah, Smurf's so low. He's going to have to run away from that. Cassante not even tanking it up.
Ooh.
Oh my goodness, everything committed, but it's going to be Arashi who's going to cop the brunt of the damage as all that will not find his target. LJW going in, trying to find Cascada, but Clean's available. Will have the damage to just take out this Kennen, and now it's Shearer. Perhaps not where he wants to be. Orca will unfortunately hit a minion as Flash is used here to find Cascada, but he has got the moves. He will not be found. That is going to be a second inhibitor found now for DCG as they are looking to end. Oh, these W's are hitting so hard on this Nico as another hook will find its mark. Arashi now, as well as Blaze, the focus. That's going to be another 2 kills found. Hanabi finds his own one up at the top, and the Nexus will be going down. It's a quick one. It's DCG over Impunity.
It is. 21 minutes in. Massive gold lead for the side of DCG there. And I think the expected result, you'd have to say DCG a much stronger team, and I also think they came out with pretty much everything they wanted in draft, but that's not really a good enough showing from Impunity. I think when you're looking at these bottom teams, you're really hoping that, you know, they put up some sort of fight, and if they do lose to a top team, it's because they're out macroed, you know, they're out experienced, all that sort of stuff. But when you're just losing from individual play, you're outlaned pretty much across the map, your jungle and support, and AD are just like dying pretty much non-stop, that's bad signs, because it means that if you don't have that individual strength to stand up to even a, you know, I wouldn't say DCG is a top 2 team. It's more like the 3-4th, which doesn't mean they're weak, but they're certainly not the strongest PCS has to offer, at least not yet. And if you can't even show a decent performance against that, I mean, what can we do?
Yeah, I'm not sure. And I actually want to say something about how you mentioned they're not really the 1 or 2. I want to know if you bring your mind back to when there was like that fight up top and there were 5 1 HP members of Impunity. And I think what you'd see if that was one of the better teams than DC